What's up, family? Man, I want to jump on and I want to continue our series on the 12 laws of the universe. We haven't talked about that in a minute, but I want to pick that back up today with number nine. Law number nine. Um, I have a playlist, 12 universal laws or the 12 laws of the universe. They're all there. Um, and this will be the ninth part in that series, the law of relativity. The law of relativity. The law of relativity is simple. It's simply the understanding that, man, you can't have something, you can't have light without darkness. You know what I mean? You can't have cold without having hot. You know it's hot because you've experienced cold. You know it's dark because you've experienced light. The law of relativity. It's all relative. You know what I mean? And it's a trip because so many of us we we think we're a certain way. Man, I'm smart. But there's always people, excuse me, there's always people that are more intelligent than you. There's always going to be people that are quote unquote smarter than you. Regardless of how strong you are, regardless of how muscular you are, how pretty you are, how much of a great dancer you are, singer, whatever the case may be, there's always going to be people that are capable of doing it better. There's always going to be people that are better at that than you. And there's always going to be people that's worse than you. It's all relative to what you compare it to. What are you comparing it to? And so many of us, we sit back and we get in a circle. We have people around us and we think, man, I'm the smartest person in my group. I'm the most woke person in the group. I'm the most intelligent person in my group. I'm the most responsible person in my group, whatever the case may be. You might need to change your group. You might need to change your group if you're always the smartest person around you. You might need to change your group if you're always the most responsible. You might need to change your group. What are you comparing it to? I remember my wife that passed away, Cecilia. She would always sit there and because her ex-husband, she was a lot more responsible than him. She was a lot more quote unquote woke. Um, she began working on herself, um, understanding more about herself than the people that was around her, and because of that, she thought that she was further along in her journey than she really was. Stay with me. And this is not a knock on her. This is the process that the great majority of us go through. If not all of us, will go through this process. We begin working on ourselves and we look around at people around us, people that we grew up with, our parents, our siblings, our aunties and cousins, and all these other people. And it's like, man, why are they still here and they still have the same mentality and the same stupid thought process and they're still doing the same stuff and we'll do and we're looking at ourselves because we want better, we want different. And man, we've come to understand that these behaviors are destructive and toxic and negative and da 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 da. And so we no longer really partake in that. And that makes us feel some kind of way. And at the same time, it makes the family and the people that you grew up with that you were engaging in those things, it makes them feel some kind of way too. Come with the law of relativity. Stay with me. And so you're looking at yourself and you're like, dang, I've outgrown this circle. I'm better than this. And, da, da, da. And not that you're better than anybody, you're just further along on your journey. It's not that you're better than anybody. You're just further along on your growth and development journey than them in this area of life. And so what happens is like, man, sometimes, a lot of times, we'll start to think that, man, because I'm further along in my growth and development journey than these people around me, man, I'm there. You know what I mean? I'm there. It's like, man, I'm woke. I'm enlightened and da da da. And it's like, no, motherfucker, you just further along in first grade than everybody else. You just been in first grade a little longer than everybody else. You know what I mean? They just got there. You've been in first grade 5 years now. You in the same class. You in the same, you know what I mean? Same class. It's just you're a little further along than them. And that's all that means. But the truth is, when you look at other people that's not in that circle, in your circle, your same age and everything else, And they could be a whole lot further along than you because it's relative. You compare it. It's cold as crap outside. It's only cold as crap because I've experienced it being extremely hot. It's relative. The things that you're going through in life, they're traumatic, they're painful, they hurt. Why? Because it's relative. Because you've experienced the opposite. You've experienced the opposite. You experienced happiness. You've experienced laughing and being with people and you guys just laughing and having a good old time. Now you're all by yourself. Now you're lonely. Now you're frustrated. Now you're miserable because you're not in that circle anymore where you guys are able to laugh and joke and man, life was grand and then you was living your best life. So you thought. Now you're not living that way, but you've experienced both ends of the spectrum for your life. And oftentimes we look at other people's lives and we look at it and we could be in the best season of our life, living our best life. But then we'll look at other people and we'll compare our life to their life. And their life, man, they're having so much more fun. They have so much more money. They have a nicer car, a nicer place, better clothes, a better man, da 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 da. They have better things than we do. And we're comparing ourselves to them and we think our life sucks. And yet we're living the best of our life. We're living, man, this is the best we lived. But we're looking at other people who have more, who are more accomplished, who's done more things in life, who's traveled more places in life, and we feel like a failure. We feel like we suck. We feel like our life sucks because we haven't traveled outside of the country. We feel like our life sucks because she got a man who loves her and adores her, and I don't. He has a fine ass woman, and I don't. Therefore, my life sucks. No, 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 no. It's relative. What are you comparing it to? And everything in life is done through comparison. Everything is done through comparison. We know a healthy dog, a cool dog, a good dog, because we've seen some that wasn't. We've seen beautiful sunsets, beautiful sunrises. We've seen the sky orange and different colors of purple and red and yellows and just, man, that's so beautiful. We've seen the skies completely gray and brown from the pollution. Comparison. What are you comparing it to? What are you comparing your life to? Who are you comparing your life to? It's not that you shouldn't compare your life to anybody, because we all do. But we have to understand the relativity. We have to understand that everything's relative. I see people with nice things and all this other stuff. I didn't grow up like that. I'm not jealous of them. It shows me what I'm capable of having by looking at other people's lives. By seeing and hearing other people talk about, man, they've traveled the world and they've been to Bali and they've been over here and they've done this. And this. Man, it gives me something to aspire to. It shows me, man, I can do that. I want to do that. How can I put myself in a position so that I can do that? Man, I didn't even know this place exists, but because this person came back and they have all these pictures and man, I want that. I want that experience. I want that for me. I don't have that experience, but I want it. So I got to figure out how I can get it. I don't look at their life comparing their life to my life in the aspect of, man, I suck and they're better than me and they're smarter than me. No, I look at my life. I look at their life and it's like, okay, I don't know where they started out at. I don't know what was handed to them in the beginning. I know the hell that I went through. I know the trauma and the suffering that I endured. So I don't look at my life and their life and compare my life to their life. I look at my life and I say, hey, I don't have those experiences. I want that experience. God, how can I get that experience? Okay, maybe I need to stop spending money and wasting money over here. Da, 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 da. Maybe I need to get a better job. Maybe I need to cut back on trying to floss. Maybe I need to stop buying freaking Nikes. Maybe I need to stop trying to buy all these fucking bags. Maybe I need to stop trying to spend so much money on getting my nails and hair done and eyelashes. Maybe I need to learn how to do that myself. What can I do to put myself in a better position so that I can have those things? Are there certain places, websites, or apps, or like Travelzoo, who I use? Are there certain places like that where I could book a reservation to go here and pay a little bit of money this time? Next month, I'll pay a little bit more money. And a few months later, I'll pay some more. I'll pay some, and I'll have it paid off. I'll cut back on all my stuff, what I can cut back on, so that I could do those things. But don't just compare your life to somebody else's life and be mad that they have all these experiences and they're doing all this other stuff and you can't do it. Therefore, you assume that your life sucks because your life only appears to suck compared to that person. But there are so many other people that wish they were in your situation. There's so many other people that wish they had what you had. There's so many other people that, man, I wish I just had a job. I just wish I didn't have to sleep on this bus no more. I just wish I didn't have to sleep on a train no more. I just wish I didn't have to sleep up under this bridge no more. I wish I had my own apartment. It's all relative. It's relative. There's other people that are living cooler lives, you think, than you, nicer lives than you. There are other people that, man, they have all these toys in life. They have all these beautiful experiences in life. There's people that have far worse experiences than you. And if the truth be told, when you look back over your own life, you've had far worse experiences. You're in a lot better position than you were maybe 5, 10 years ago. Emotionally, physically, spiritually. It's all relative. It's all relative. What are you comparing it to? Man, we have to grow up. I hope and pray that I said something to help you understand the law of relativity and how it relates to your life. There's nothing wrong with comparing your life to others, but keep it relative. And we have to do that from time to time. And what I mean, compare your lives. And I know people, no, I never go. We have to do that. And why I say that is because it keeps us humble. And that's the purpose of the law of relativity, to keep you humble, to keep you grateful, because you understand the polarities. You understand, man, it could be so much worse. I may not be the best right now, but I remember what it was like when I was at my worst. I remember what I'm looking at this person's life. I remember being homeless. I remember being a drunk. I remember, dang, having anger issues and, man, a slick mouth and just disrespectful and just blah, blah, blah. I remember being just like that. Man, I'm grateful for my growth and development. I'm grateful for how much I've changed. I'm grateful for how much I've grown up because I'm able to compare and remember how I used to be. I'm not there yet where I want to be. That's just a roadmap. That's just a light to show me where I want to go. So I'm not going to get mad at them and hate on them because they're already there. I appreciate them shining their light and helping me on my path so that I know, man, that's where I want to get to. That's the next stage for me. It's not going to be the end stage, the final stage. It's just the next stage. And I've been through those stages. So many single people want to be married. So many married people want to be single. Relative. It's relative. What am I saying? So many people that are married are miserable as fuck. They're in a toxic, abusive ass fucking relationship. They're in a toxic relationship where there's no emotions or positive emotions being exchanged. And so they want out. And they look at their single friends with jealousy. They look at their single friends with, man, I can't wait to be single again. I'm so sick and tired of this negative, this toxic, this abuse. I'm done. Man, I'll be happy again just to be single. Just to be out of this bullshit. And single people looking at married people. Man, I can't wait to get my king. I can't wait to get my boo. And we'll do, and not even understand that there are people married wishing they were just like them, wishing they were single like them, while these single people are wishing they were married. Be careful for what you wish for. You could be single and happy. You could be married and happy. You can also be in a relationship and miserable as fuck. It's all relative. Man, I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.